Hello, welcome to Zest Prime. As part of this video, we are going to understand how to use @bin and configuration together and what kind of problem we are going to solve it, so that we are going to understand it. So the mainly we are going to use @bin and configuration together. Okay, so without wasting time, so let's create a simple example and from that we are going to understand it. So let me create a simple example with the help of Spring Initializer. From that we will understand it. So this is a starter.spring IO page and I have already selected Maven, Java and the latest Spring Boot version, and let me give the package Spring Boot hyphen bean hyphen config. So this is our artifact name, and so let me keep the project package name as a simple com.test and packaging type jar, and I'm trying to use the latest version as a Java. So as part of the dependency, I'm going to add a web. That's it, we don't need anything, and then generate it. So your project is generated, so you can take it out and you can keep in your favorite location, unzip it. So this is the standard step we are doing for every simple example, so there is no big difference. You can import this project into your Eclipse, existing Maven project, paste it. That's it. So now we are having a simple Spring Boot application which is having the basic Spring Boot application is ready. So this is the simple Spring Boot application. Let me close all others. So inside that we are trying to create necessary supporting files to understand the @bin and configuration. So the main use case of @bin is, say for instance, so far we have seen we are creating the components and we are trying to auto-wire it. So far we are creating the components or we are creating it, so we have a control, right? Say for instance, if the component is not in your project, it's part of a jar, external jar, so you want to auto-wire it. So how can you do that? So maybe it is not a Spring application, it could be a plain Java application. So in that case we are going to use the bin annotation. With the help of configuration we can able to do auto-wire. So that's the main usage. One usage is if the class or Java file, if it is not there in your project and you want to initialize with the help of Autowired, so then you can use it. So that's one of the usage. And the second usage, as per the previous we have example we have seen, the Autowire or the components will be scanned only if, if the components is available inside the package of the Spring Boot main class, right? If the components which is staying inside the com.test, so all the components will be scanned automatically, right? All the components will be scanned automatically, so that we can able to use Autowire in case, right? So that's another problem we have seen it. So if the components with staying inside com.test, then we can able to use it. If the components is staying outside of com, then your Spring application will not scan automatically, so we have to use the base package scanning, so that we have seen in the previous example. So now without using any base package, but we have to scan or auto wire the components, so that is also we can able to do it with the help of a bin and configuration. That's the main use cases. One is if the class is staying outside of your application as a jar, you can able to auto wire it. And the second is if the class is staying outside of your package of Spring Boot main application, then you can able to do auto wire. So these are the main usages. So let me create a simple class. I'm going to create outside the package com.demo, and I'm going to give my class name is customer. So I mean totally outside of the package. So customer. So this is the customer class. Assume this is a outside of your Spring Boot application, and we don't have any Spring related annotation like at the rate of bean or at the rate of component. Nothing is there over here. So we will assume this is as a simple core Java class. Okay, close it. So now we want to create a simple REST controller. To understand this one, let me create it. So it should be the same package, and it should be REST controller. So inside the REST controller, I'm going to create a simple API. So this is the mapping method. I'm going to use it. So here I'm going to return the string. So this is the simple REST API. So inside this, what I want to do, I want to auto wire the customer class. Sorry, remove it. Customer, and I want to auto wire the customer. So that's the my main usage. Okay, so once I auto wire it, so I'm going to use this particular bean to call the we can able to call the any APIs which is available right now. I think we don't have any API over here, so let me add simple API get name, so it will return the customer name. So it will return the customer name, right? So this is a simple API. Let me call my API over here and return the customer name. So this is the usage. So to work this REST controller, what will happen? First we should have the available customer object. It's Autowired object. So but it's not there in your control. Just assume it's external jar, but you are not able to create it object. If you try to start the application directly, what will happen? It will fail the object creation. Okay, it's done. Now let me start the now let me start the application. So Spring Boot application is starting. So here we have done a small thing. So we have to put your controller inside the test class. Yes, now it's ready. So let me restart it. So your controller should be in the same package where your main application is there. So now you see whenever I'm starting the my Spring Boot application, I'm getting clearly an exception here. com.customer in your application, it's not able to find it out. Could not found. Why? Because it's staying in different package, so it's not able to find it out. So this is the main issue. So whenever I'm trying to start my application, so I'm getting an issue saying that com.demo.customer is not able to find this bean. So how to make it available for Spring to scan it? So for that we are going to use it called @ of So here we are not able to do any changes because it's not in your jar. Just assume it's external jar. So for this, what we have to do, you can create your own configuration, class, and you can mark this as a configuration configuration and inside that you can create a bean. So here you have to create the bean. So like we discussed, right, it's a simple core Java class. It's not related to any Spring, just assume. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to create this bean manually and you have to return it. So this is step one. So now let me restart again. What will happen? See, but still it's not able to find it. I just created configuration and inside that I created bean manually, but still it's not able to find it. So what is the missing part? The last part. So we have to mark this as a bean. So the bean should be inside your configuration and you have to create manually, however it's possible, the object creation that you have to do it explicitly. So this is the way you have to initiate manually. You have to create the bean manually object and then you can mark it as a bean annotation and then you can come back to your Spring Boot class and then try to run it. So now you can see without any issues your Spring Boot application started successfully and you can able to access it. Let me access it. What is the API name I had given? Let me check it out. So I have not given anything, so it should be fine. So you can see here Zest Prime I am getting. So that means if the class is sitting outside of your Spring Boot application, like is an external jar, so if you want to create Autowired of that particular class in your Spring Boot application, so you can use a configuration class. Inside that you can create your own bean. So whatever is required, you can do all those things to support the object creation. Then you can mark that as a data bean. Then you can able to Autowire that particular bean class in your Spring Boot application and you can use it. So this is the one of the usage. Like I said, another one, if the package, if the class is staying outside of your Spring Boot application package, then you can able to do Autowire the classes. So this is the main usages. One is to create a bean, to create Autowire for external jars, and the second one is if the class is staying outside of your Spring Boot class, so that also you can able to do Autowire. So these are the main usages of the at the rate of bean and at the rate of qualifier. By using that you can able to Autowire and you can able to use the beans. So that's the main usages. Yeah, I think that's all about this video. You can, if you like the video, you can subscribe to the channel for more subsequent videos, and thanks for your time. Thank you.